Let's go to Obama with extrajudicially taking your guns. Here it is.
There are several steps that Congress should take right away. To begin with, Congress should act to make sure no one on a no-fly list is able to buy a gun. What could possibly be the argument for allowing a terrorist suspect to buy a semi-automatic weapon?
Back that up. Back that up. What could be the constitutional argument against it from a constitutional lawyer from Harvard who was the head of the Harvard Law Review? What a sick joke he sits there and preys on his idiot followers. Think about it. And then they put radical Muslims up on TV to lecture hardcore super feminists that basically say all men are rapists and evil. And then she sits there with a woman who's wearing a hood on her head. But she's going to lecture us about how our kids don't belong to us. Do you realize what degenerate, cultural oxymorons these people are? These are power grabbers. These are people who just want to lecture us all day and tell us how to live and guilt us. Well, I'm not guilty, you fascist, evil slug, Obama. Your family out of Kenya funding and literally running jihad operations all over the Middle East and Africa. I'll give Obama this. He's bold. I could never have imagined an Islamic radical sleeper cell becoming president. I mean, I can't believe the CIA did this. I can't believe our governments did this. But after all, that's how much they hate America and Christians and guns and George Washington, baby. Well, you know what? I'm betting on George Washington and John Wayne all the way. And all you scum can go to hell. I'm never backing down. We're going to beat your ass. You just get that through your stinking traitorous heads. Excuse me, I apologize. We have a lot of Christian affiliates. I am a Christian, but I'm not a fake either, and I'm angry. I've had enough of these people. They're a bunch of Christian murdering scum that run giant death factories, keeping babies alive and selling their body parts. What more do you need to know about these people? I go out and face these scum. They literally crawl out from under rocks. They have green-looking skin, or they're black or white, doesn't matter, and they run around screaming, "We love Satan, we want to eat babies." I have them on video at the Texas State House, just women randomly going, "Hail Satan," and just praising Satan. When a Democrat group went up there. I mean, folks, this is literally like a demonic invasion. I'm telling you, that's what it is. And these demons will definitely side with any other radical group they can to bring this country down. I'm sorry. Just go back to the president with a straight face going, who could be against a terrorist suspect? If someone's a terrorist suspect, you need to arrest them. But you don't ever actually do that. The TSA hasn't stopped one terrorist. They're not meant to. They're there to train you for domestic checkpoints and domestic travel restrictions like you have in science fiction movies like The Running Man or 1984 or what really happened in communist China, Russia, Nazi Germany, and every other hell pit. They are bringing us into bondage with huge chains forged for us and our children, smiling at us. This is the takedown of America you're beginning to see the beginning of. With every police department trained and ready for war with the veterans and the patriots. But here's the good news. You think it woke the police departments up much? When we warned them beforehand, they laughed at us. Then they actually got the training where the founding fathers are bad-mouthed, where guns are bad-mouthed, where families are bad-mouthed, and now the final straw. George Soros' people come into every major city with the Southern Poverty Law Center and ADL and are running the police training and are openly saying, you're going to have community organizers in here running things, and here's your new captain, and they bring in known Maoists and others right out of the universities with their new law enforcement degrees. I mean, you talk about dangerous and sick, and they're putting the military full of all these people. And again, it's not a communist conspiracy at the top, but they use university communists as their operatives. Then once they've got the police department, they can start harassing the city council and others in the town and intimidate everyone into politically doing what they want. And now you're under a literal Stasi control grid that they've almost got in place. Now you understand why the peril is so great and why I'm so freaked out, because everything, the worst analysis we had, it's worse than that. They are going for broke. This is it. God help us. You know they're going to blow stuff up and blame it on us. That's their next big card to play. There's going to be more jihad attacks. They'll probably run a false flag on some jihad center and blame patriots. This is a time bomb. Excuse me. Go back to Obama, please. This is Obama coming after the guns extrajudicially. Here it is.
There are several steps that Congress should take right away. To begin with, Congress should act to make sure no one on a no-fly list is able to buy a gun. What could possibly be the argument for allowing a terrorist suspect to buy a semi-automatic weapon? This is a matter of national security. We also need to make it harder for people to buy powerful assault weapons.
They bought the guns legally.
The ones that were used in San Bernardino.
They bought them legally.
I know there are some who reject any gun safety measures, but the fact is that our intelligence and law enforcement agencies, no matter how effective they are, cannot identify every would-be mass shooter.
Like the 300,000 you killed in Syria with these people?
Motivated by ISIL or some other hateful ideology.
Some other hateful ideology. Oh, just like you just bombed the Syrian troops fighting them yesterday, and Turkey just invaded Iraq to slaughter a bunch of people fighting ISIS to protect ISIS, and the Russians have presented all the evidence that not just Turkey, but Western firms are buying the oil from ISIS. Oh, but there's sanctions on Russian oil I'm going to get to next hour. That's okay, but not on the ISIS oil. And look, I'm risking my life exposing these people. I'll just be point blank with you. There's a reason, though, this show is exploding. We do YouTube and Facebook mentions now that used to get a couple 100,000 views, which is still incredible. They get like 900,000, 1.1 million, 1.2 million. I had like 1.5 million Facebook views yesterday on 2 videos I shot. So the president does these things now. His average YouTube video gets like 5,000 views. So just know this, almost no one buys what these criminals are saying. But we have Rahm Emanuel from way back at the beginning running around openly saying we will get their guns one way or another. We will put them on a no-fly list and then take their guns that way. This is how they operate. This is how they get their job done. And so you need to understand, it's not just Alex Jones out here fighting these people. There are a lot of other folks fighting them as well. But the fact that our audience, let's not exaggerate, has doubled the last 3-4 months, and now it's starting to exponentially increase. If they're ever going to come after me, it's probably right now, because we're just turbo exploding. Hey, but blow me up, baby. You'll just light fires even bigger. I know what waters these trees. And if I can be smart enough like Obi-Wan Kenobi not to strike any of you down and let you just cut me down right in front of everybody, you know what'll come out of that. Because all I want is to beat you. I'm not afraid one bit of dying or being thrown in your dungeons, because I'm not a coward like you. I don't come from bottom-feeding trash like you. I'm not afraid. All I'm afraid of is failing. All I'm afraid of is bowing down to you murdering trash. All I got to think about is those hundreds of thousands of Christians that you raped and murdered with the jihad armies they put into Syria to slaughter that peaceful country and overturn it where people lived in peace. All I think about is what type of government do we have that engages in these forms of incredible evil? You baby harvesting demon maggots. I'll never back down. I'll never bow to you. I'll be free till the day I stop sucking air into my lungs. And all the ideas I put out and all the freedom and all the Americana I've spewed out against you will never die. It'll never stop, and you know it. I told the globalists a long time ago, and I meant it. You want to fight, you better believe you've got one. And there are people all over this country engaging in the information war, and we're going to smash your system. We're going to return the republic. We'll never be perfect, but my God, we're not going to keep babies alive and harvest their organs. We're not going to sell their parts for women's cosmetics. We're not going to have Pepsi with baby flavoring in it. I mean, what the hell have we become? Excuse me, but I'm tired of it. Alex Jones here to tell you about how you can help spread liberty worldwide while also enjoying what I have found to be the best tasting 100% organic coffee on the planet. For more than a decade, my favorite coffee has come from the high mountains of southern Mexico, where the Chiapas farmers grow their unique shade-grown Arabica beans. We have now managed to secure these sought-after beans in a highly customized blend. Discover and try a bag of the Patriot Blend 100% organic coffee at InfoWarsLife.com. This coffee gives you a long, smooth pick-me-up for hours without the headaches and heartburn that so many other coffees give me personally. Hands down, this is my favorite coffee, and it's taken us years to secure connections directly to the Chiapas Mexican farmers. Drop by the site today, order a bag or two, and I don't think you're going to be disappointed. Available in original or with our Immune Support Infusion Blend. You will be supporting a free press, all the while enjoying a truly great tasting cup of my favorite coffee. Available at InfoWarsLife.com.